What'd you think so far?
There's a lot of good things, obviously, and then there should be, there's a lot of things to work on to get better. We didn't keep the pace we want to all the time, but we let off the pace at times, and we didn't throw the ball inside as much. We missed some rollers at times. We missed some big to big. We just turned down some open guys at times. But all in all, obviously, first time getting out in front of everybody, uniforms on, those things. There was a lot of positive things, and now we gotta, it's the last time we have to compete against each other in front of everybody else. The next time is against another opponent. So there's a lot to like with this group, but the thing that I like even more is there's a lot we got to get better at, which is exciting because it puts the ceiling much higher for this group.
Greg, what did you like about Boyd today? Obviously, you saw the numbers, but efficiently and pushing the pace.
Yeah, I mean, he did. I thought he was one of them that back off the pace towards the end of the first half, and we talked about that at halftime of keep our foot on the gas. It doesn't mean you have to race it down and shoot it, but we got to come with a thrust and put pressure on the rim and pressure on the paint in transition. And you could just tell his experience. He's getting fouled there late in the game, getting the line, wants the ball in his hands. I created a little head coach executive decision magic to make it a little more dramatic. But you can see he's obviously been in those game situations, and that's why we wanted him here, because we knew, the type of player he is, and he always wants to get better. He's really self-critical of the one turnover he had in the first half when he tried to one-hand it to the lift guy on the backside, and so he's conscious of things, but also I like the aggressive mindset that he comes with. He's very fearless.
The way Austin scores inside, any more advanced than what we saw in film?
Yeah. I think that's something we've demanded of him and have emphasized he's got to improve that game, because that will open up his three-point shooting. That'll make that easier. And we collectively as a group have to be better at scoring in the paint on some of the rolls and getting out of screens cleaner and getting at the rim and completing, I call it completing routes. We're stopping routes short at times. We're missing rollers when they are open. When we do complete the route, we're not throwing it, or we're looking it off, we're on to the next, and we have to see that. That'll help everything when we're able to play inside out, and that combined with the pace that we play with, the amount of shooters we have, it'll make us a more efficient and complete offensive team.
You've talked about how the international freshmen have been really ready. Kind of what stood out to you about him today?
Yeah, I think he doesn't play like a freshman. You can see he's not afraid of physicality. His vision and feel for the game are good. His decision making is pretty good. And at his size as a ball handler at 6'6", 6'7", for his ability to periscope over the defense and around the defense, Brody has a lot of those same attributes in terms of ball handling. A ball handler with size and vision is a heck of a weapon, specifically with how we play.
It feels like naturally every year you like to talk about defense after this game. What did you see from the group there?
I think we've made some progress. I think we're. I watched specifically like the younger guys. We didn't stop Nick Boyd on the very first possession. He got to the rim down the left side, but I thought the younger guys are, specifically the post players, are more consistent in the ball screen. Garlock's gotten more aware defensively. He's starting to figure out the team concept of it. Lexus, same thing. He got a couple fouls on the hedges, and we talked about that at half. He asked about that, and he is a little too aggressive at times in the hedge, but I'd rather have him that way than not attacking the ball. So we've got a long ways to go on both ends, but and we need to be really good defensively if we want to get to where we want to get to and where I think this team has the potential to be, or in order to reach our potential, we're going to have to be really good defensively. If it's just one side of the ball, one side of the court, then we're not going to accomplish what we want to accomplish.
It seems with Jones and playing alongside Blackwell today, like Blackwell's really freed up without having some of those tasks of carrying the ball up the court. What's the expectation of all the guys around him of what he can flourish?
Yeah, I think we could just get multiple ball handlers and multiple playmakers on the floor. You have Jones with him, and Kinziger was over on the red, but we have a lot of guys that we can put their ball in their hands, and now we'll start to put this together even more as we're a week out from the Oklahoma game. So I think it gives us multiple options. We can play John on the ball, we can play him off the ball, and you can see his veteran experience starting to shine. He picks up on little things like a little out of bounds play where we get 3-point play. That was his little creativity within that huddle. He picked on a switch and talked that through. So that's what an upperclassman does. That's what a leader does. He was able to dissect that within 10 seconds in that huddle and create something where they could score quickly. So I see the experience, how he's talking to people, the calmness he plays with. Obviously, he wanted the ball in his hands there at the end. The first one went in, second one didn't. So I just like his moxie and the poise he plays with.
What do you think of Boyd's charge?
It was good. I saw the replay. He was outside the arc. I don't have my replay or my challenge flag yet. They haven't sent that in the mail. Or however we're going to challenge. It's going to be a verbal challenge, but that's probably one. As I saw the quick replay, I would not have challenged because I would have lost a timeout because I would have been wrong.
Coach, it seems like Boyd kind of has a particular competitive edge to him. Just what have you seen from that? And is it kind of fitting the way that you did things?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him. I've intentionally kept specifically him and Blackwell on opposite teams so they can compete with each other, and not so much that they go head, but what they do is they lift both teams. John lifts his team, Nick lifts his team, and takes them to another level. So when they make the people around them better, that's good, and obviously then the convergence of playing together. We've done that some, and we'll continue to do that. But it has lifted the competition in practice, and it's made everybody else have to be better in order to keep pace with those guys.
So, thanks, Greg.